What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here, and today's mission, I'm here to talk about why fans of JRPGs need to play the new Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. We'll be going over details about the game, the shift in direction from previous entries, and why this game needs to be on your radar. Whether you're familiar with the series or thinking about getting into it, this video should have a little bit of something for everyone. Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon released in Japan on January 16, 2020, but the Western release isn't until November 13, 2020. It will be available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and will be a timed exclusive launch title for Series X with a PS5 release date to be announced. But don't worry, if you purchase the game on the current generation, Sega is allowing owners to upgrade to the next generation versions for free. Now, keep in mind, I'm very new to the Yakuza series and its spin-offs. I just finished Judgment, which is a spin-off of the series, and it was a fantastic game. In all seriousness, I'm actually a little upset that I slept on this series for so long. After months of my friend Fish Fried Cat drilling into my head that I needed to play the series, especially Judgment, I finally pulled the trigger and I'm really glad that I did. That being said, I'm now extremely excited for Like a Dragon, but if you are familiar with the series, there's one major change that you may not have seen coming. While most of Sega's games are of the action variety, a major theme since the Genesis days, they do have a few RPG and turn-based games to their credit, including the Persona series under their company Atlus. However, Yakuza developers RGG Studios is now taking their beloved franchise in the direction of the classic JRPG. Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon will now feature turn-based combat. This is a massive overhaul of the battle system they normally employ, which is real-time action combat. How this will go over with fans outside of Japan is unknown, but Japanese fans are thoroughly enjoying the game, with Famitsu Magazine giving it a 38 out of 40. It's actually kind of funny that with Final Fantasy VII Remake being an action title, a far cry from the series' turn-based roots, Yakuza 7 released this year and is going in the exact opposite direction. But it's not just turn-based combat that's a major change. The game will feature several different job classes with their own set of unique abilities and traits. While previous games have employed different fighting stances, a job system is a major overhaul. Examples of the job classes seen so far are the chef, a breakdancer, idol, host, and dealer. You'll be able to switch between job classes and create the team you want, much like the old school JRPGs of the past. There are also references to famous franchises, as the main character is Ichiban Kasuga, and his favorite hobby is playing Dragon Quest. RGG Studios appears to really want to embrace the JRPG genre and has taken steps to give fans of the genre a fun way to get into their series. There's also a lot for longtime fans of the series. The over-the-top humor and action of previous Yakuza games is still there, and combat still features some real-time interactive moments in the environment. The overall tone of the series is still there, and it's clear that RGG is not giving up on what made fans love the Yakuza games in the first place. But I think what makes them embracing the JRPG genre even better is just how crazy they can get with it. Summons, yes, summons, are now a part of the Yakuza franchise. One such summon is literally a group of lobsters that attack your enemies. As you would expect, summon animations are very over the top and fun to watch. The atmosphere of the game also comes off as if it's self-aware that it's a JRPG, and moments like pulling a baseball bat out of the ground King Arthur style further solidify this atmosphere. It's clear that Yakuza 7 takes a lot of inspiration from the Persona series, at least from how it pertains to the user interface. If the turn-based combat is on par with Persona, and the writing is on par with previous Yakuza games, I'm extremely excited for how this game will turn out. After recently finishing Persona 5 Royal and Catherine Full Body, I'm a huge fan of Atlus and hope more companies take notice of their abilities. So now that we've gone over some of the combat changes, let's discuss the setting and the story. But don't worry, I can't read or speak Japanese, so no spoilers will be in this video. Unlike previous Yakuza games, Like a Dragon will not be taking place in Kamurocho, but instead will be focused on Yokohama. However, the map is now much larger and filled with even more content, including a new kart racing mode. Yakuza games are known for their massive amount of side quests, mini-games, and content to keep you busy if you're wanting to do things outside of the main story missions. But the series' side quests don't feel like chores and provide a lot of fun and humor to take a break from the more serious tone at times. So what is the story of Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon? Well, it no longer follows the main protagonist of the previous Yakuza games, Kazuma Kiryu, and instead is from the perspective of Ichiban Kasuga. Ichiban is part of the Arakawa family of the Tojo clan of Yakuza, and in 2001, 18 years before the game takes place, he's asked to take the fall for a murder he didn't commit. Happily accepting to help the Arakawa family, he spends 18 years in prison for the crime. On the day he leaves the prison, he expects to be greeted by the Arakawa family to discover the only person there is an old woman walking down the street. He returns to the family to confront his former boss Masumi Arakawa, but is shot and left for dead instead. Waking up in a pile of trash with a bullet wound in his chest, Ichiban sets out to learn the truth behind his former boss's actions. There's a few more details about the game, as it will include 2 combat playable female characters, a first for the series. It's also been revealed that longtime Star Trek and Hollywood actor George Takei will be playing the role of Masumi Arakawa. They've also previously stated that while they love the idea of this game being turn-based, if it's poorly received, they will heavily consider going back to the action-based format of prior entries. Honestly, I'm excited for Yakuza's take on turn-based combat, and with as much as I loved Persona 5 Royal, I believe Sega has the turn-based knowledge to do really well with Yakuza 7. And don't worry, if you're someone just getting into the series, Like a Dragon is more of a soft reboot than a continuance. There will be references to other games in the series and some returning characters, but you can safely jump into Like a Dragon without any prior knowledge. Although I would strongly encourage you to check these out. All of the Yakuza games are available on PS4, with several now making their way to Xbox Game Pass as well. They're also not too time consuming, as on average, Yakuza games last around 20 to 30 hours, more if you do all the side content they have to offer. With a focus on the JRPG aspect and the much larger map, I'd say Yakuza 7 will probably double that length if I had to guess. And honestly, what really got me into Judgment was actually a strange story. My dad and I used to love watching Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan movies together, and it's the dramatic style of Asian action cinema that drew me to Judgment. Those memories I have with my dad and watching those action movie legends just struck a chord with me while playing it. The story is really dark and heavy, but the humor and human elements tossed in really drove my love for the game and is why I'm excited to play the rest of the series. Overall, I'm extremely excited for Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. If you're a fan of JRPGs or even RPGs in general, this game is one that I think you definitely need to check out. It may even cause you to get fully invested into the series. I've finished Judgment, and I'm now going to work on Yakuza 0 before the launch of 7, and I can honestly say, I'm all in on Like a Dragon. Its over-the-top atmosphere, turn-based combat, and beautiful graphics on the Dragon engine are all shaping up nicely, and I can't wait to get my hands on it on November 13th. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below if you're interested in Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon news, trailers, and content, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.